Are you wondering if you can stay warm in your RV while you're parked in cooler temperatures? In this video, I'm going to give you 7 ways you can quickly take the chill out of the RV using the RV's built-in features to keep you warm and cozy. Hey, it's Erica from Radar Road Warriors. The weather's starting to get frightful outside. It's dropping into about the mid-20s at night and a high of 35, maybe 40 during the day. So I wanted to make a video about cold weather tips for you. My husband and I live in a 2020 open range 371 with our 4 cats. And we all know that RVs are not well insulated like the sticks and bricks. So with that, I want to give you some practical advice to stay warm. But I gotta give you a disclaimer. This is not a cold weather camping video. When I did a little research on YouTube, that's all I could find. So this video is gonna be the exact opposite. We will not be wearing coats and hats inside. I'm not gonna be bringing in all these different heaters with propane tanks around the RV. We're not putting reflectix in the window, and we're not hanging blankets everywhere to keep drafts out. If you're looking for one of those videos, there's plenty online. This is assuming that you have a newer RV, all the features work, the furnace works, you can hook up to 30 or 50 amps electricity, and you are just living in your RV in colder weather and you want to stay warm. And I'm saving my husband's special I Save My Marriage tip to the very end, so make sure you keep watching. Let's get into it. Number 1 is dress in layers. That's for the top and the bottom. Now ladies, if you're like me and you like to wear the leggings, you already have one layer on. Those ones are tight, so it's really easy to throw on some sweats or some pajamas if you're just lounging around the RV. Get a size a little bigger than what you wear, and that way there's plenty of room. And if you need to wear 2 layers, you have the ability to do that. Now, back in the day, I was with my friend, and he said that he was wearing jeans that had fleece liner in them, and I was making fun of him. And he said, but they're so warm. Last year, when I was looking for a way to stay warm, I saw Duluth had some, and I love Duluth, and I bought some, and they are absolutely amazing. It's pretty much like having 2 layers on, and they're so soft inside. So if that's something that you want to do, I definitely suggest looking for some pants with some fleece liners. I'll drop the link to this type down in the description below, and hopefully the link works by the time you look at it. And then for your tops, you can just wear 2 layers where you have either a t-shirt underneath with a hoodie over it. That way, if you get hot, you can take it off. You get cold, you can put it back on really easy. Number 2 is not to have bare floors. Now what I mean by that is a lot of the newer RVs don't have carpet in them, or like ours, the carpet's only in the bedroom. So when you walk in there, the floor is warm, but when you come out, the rest of the RV floor is cold. So a way to stay warm is you can put rugs down where you walk. But what I like to do is wear slippers, nice thick ones. I have 2 different types. This is the easy slip-on because I like to go outside in them. They have a hard sole, keeps my foot warm, and I'm pretty lazy to put on shoes if I just have to run in and out really quick and it's not dirty outside my door. And then inside the RV, let me take this off, I have my little booty slipper. This one goes up higher, so it's warmer. It keeps your foot, warmer. I wear socks. And then this one also too has a hard sole, so there's a lot more insulation between my foot and the floor. And then last, if you can help it, when it's really cold out, don't sit in an area like I am right here where my feet are on the slide. Under the slide, there's only about this much room, so it's gonna be a lot colder, where if I could do work or sit on the couch, there's probably like this much room underneath of the main underbelly area. So that's going to be a lot more insulated, and it's a lot warmer on the floor. Number 3 is to use your RV heaters. Now you might say, that's pretty simple. It is, but it's also easy to overlook. Now most of the furnaces run off propane, so you have to make sure that you have propane for it to run off of. And then you just set the temperature, and then you're good to go. And then a lot of RVs also have fireplaces, which are electric heat, and those are very nice to take the chill off. Now, when you have those things running, you also have to make sure that the vents aren't blocked. Our example is we have a cover on the couch for the cats. So in the summer, it's fine, the cover's all the way down, but in the winter, the first time we turned the heat on, we had to remember to lift the cover up because the vent of the furnace comes out the front of the couch because it's a pet friendly, so it's not on the floor in the main area. And the other thing is in our bonus room or the second bedroom, we have the vent on the side of the wall, and the door for the closet also swings in front of it, and a lot of times I just leave that open so I can access the washer. So when I get really cold and I turn the heat on, I have to go make sure that I shut the closet door because that's like a little powerhouse. If you have a 371, everyone complains that that room's really hot, but if you're really cold, it's really nice to go in there and bake yourself. But you'll dry out your eyes too and be like. Number 4 is portable electric heaters. Now I have a Dyson and I call it a heater fan because that's what it does, but I'll drop the real name down below. Now I absolutely love this because it's very safe for the cats. It's just air coming out. It's not hot. If it tips over, it automatically shuts off. But whatever you have, you can bring it room to room. So if I'm in the living room working, I can put it in there. If I'm in our office, I can put it over there. But what I really love to do, and this is a great bonus tip, I do not like being cold when I shower. So I bring it into the bathroom with me. I heat up the air because you're going to be cranking the top vent open to let the steam go out. So when I get out of the shower, it's cold for about 30 seconds, but then I get out into a nice toasty room. What I really like about the Dyson is if you are on Wi-Fi, you can control everything from your phone and you can have it turn on at like 5 a.m. and then turn off at a certain time, so you can program it to do whatever you want. And if you're really lazy, you can lay in bed and you can just turn it off or on if you're too hot or too cold. Now, I don't like using the furnace when I don't have to. I only use it when it's really cold and I turn it on for a couple minutes to take the chill out of the air quickly, or it drops down really cold at night and I want to make sure the underbelly doesn't freeze. So what I like to do is use the fireplace in the living room and use my Dyson in the bedroom. That way the two areas are keeping warm. If you have an electric space heater that you're keeping part of the RV warm, you want to make sure it's not by the furnace. So I have mine at the two ends of the RV and the air is, coming in. That way if I want the furnace to kick on and off at certain temperatures, it'll be able to do that, and the electric heaters aren't making the furnace think it's a different temperature and not come on. Number 5 is to use the pull down shades that come with the RVs. Now ours have blackout shades, and if you pull them down, it helps keep heat in or out depending on what you want to do. Now on a normal day, if it was sunny, well, I wouldn't say that's a normal day. On a day like today, and if it's cold out, I would pull these down to keep the heat inside the RV in. If it was in the summer, I could pull these down, and if it was really hot outside, the heat would stay outside more. Now to help warm up the RV, if the sun is shining in the winter, I'd open up all the blinds where the sun is at. That way the heat will come into the RV, and then once the sun starts setting for the night, I'll pull the blinds back down. Number 6 is use the built-in features of your RV furniture. My last RV, I didn't know that it had heated vibrating seats, and I was so excited. So now when I got this RV, if it's cold or I'm sitting in the recliners in the morning drinking my morning go-go juice, I turn the heat on so it helps keep me warm. And then if you want extra warmth, like we're gonna be here an extra 2 weeks and it's getting colder and colder out, and I don't want to be that cold, I bought a little heated throw to put on top of me when I sit inside the chair. I can plug it in and it keeps me extra warm and toasty and happy, so I can hang out in Michigan just a little bit longer so my husband can finish up a job. Now number 7 in my husband's save the marriage tip is a dual heated mattress pad. Out of everything we have purchased, I think this has been my favorite because it's made the biggest impact on my life and my happiness, because I do not like being cold. And he started researching this when I went to bed one day with an ear warmer, like earmuffs on, and gloves because I was so cold, and he didn't understand because he was burning up. So now with a dual heated mattress pad, if you have a cold sleeper and a hot sleeper, you can set your side of the bed to whatever temperature you want. A lot of times mine is between 5 and 10, and his is between low and 2 because it's that big of a difference. So we both are comfortable sleeping. And what's great is you turn it on around a half an hour before you get into bed, and I crank it all the way to 10 and you get into a nice toasty bed. It's really hot, so you gotta turn it down, but it makes me so happy. Now a bonus tip for you. If your bed is inside of a slide and it's really cold out, bring that slide in for the night if you can. That way your bed is inside the main part of the RV and it's not sticking out in the slide, which only has around this much insulation in it. And then another bonus tip, which I know a whole bunch of you are going to be booing right now, I can hear it on the other side of the screen, is to do a little bit of exercise. Yeah, like drop and do a push-up. If that's all you can do, 5 push-ups, 10 push-ups at a time. Do that a couple times throughout the day and you'll warm up. You'll start getting the blood flowing through your feet and your hands again. And I know this works because in 2002, when we were freezing at Fort Leonard Wood learning how to drive our army trucks, trying to test out so we could graduate and go home, it was freezing out and our sergeant said, drop and do push-ups. We didn't want to do any more push-ups. Get up and walk, get the blood flowing back in your feet. And that's how we survived. Now whenever I help my husband do projects outside where he's doing all the digging and staying warm when it's a little chilly out, I drop and do 10 push-ups at a time, and I stay nice and warm. You'll find the links to the products that I was talking in the description below, so if you're interested in them, it's easy to check out. And leave me a comment if you're gonna add a little bit of exercise to your daily cold weather camping routine. It really does work. Stay warm, and we'll see you in the next video.